Hi there. Today we're going to talk about money. We know a lot about money. We've been working with money for quite a while. We know the value of each coin. And we also have been practicing how to count groups of money even if the coins change. So if we had like 3 nickels, 5 pennies, a quarter, and 2 dimes, we've learned how to change how we're counting according to each coin, okay? Because we know that a penny's worth 1, a nickel's worth 5, a dime's worth 10, and a quarter's 25. So we've been practicing that all school year, okay? That's a good thing to practice at home with mom and dad. Anytime you're looking for something easy to do with your kids, take a pocket full of change out of someone's piggy bank or out of someone's pocket or their purse, dump a bunch of coins out, practice organize them the biggest value to the smallest value and putting the coins together. So 2 quarters would go together and they'd be on the left because they have the biggest value. The dimes would come next. The next would come the nickels and then the pennies. And then practice counting them from left to right. Biggest value coin to smallest value coin. And every time you're changing coins, like when you get done with the quarters and you move to the dimes, we say at school, freeze. So you'd say, let's see if I can show you one. We'd say 25, 50, freeze. We freeze because that's how we're remembering and noticing that there's a new coin. And when there's a new coin, it means we're changing how we're counting. 25, 50, we're counting by 25s. Now freeze, now we're going to count by 10. So we had 50, add on 10 more, 50, 60, 70, freeze, new coin, 70 plus 5 now because we're done with the 10s, 75, freeze, 71, 72, 73, okay? Organizing the values of the coins from biggest to smallest, greatest value to least value, and then in between each set of coins, sometimes I'll even draw a freeze line to help kids remember that they're counting by one way, stop. The value still stays of what you counted, but now you're adding on a new value. So this value started by counting by 25s. Then we hit a freeze line. Now we're counting down by 10s. Freeze line now by 5. Freeze line now by 1s. So that can help. This system can help. Okay. We're going to take what we know. This is something we've been doing, so we're pretty good at this. We might be a little rusty because we haven't practiced it over the last couple weeks at school, and with something we used to practice every day. So this would be a great activity at home to get your kiddo going on money, okay? After you do the warm-up, this would be a great warm-up, then you want to go into practicing our skill for the video, which is counting up totals, for counting change from $1, okay? So in order to practice this, we did some like pretend acting out stories. Like if you were at the store and you were going to buy a piece of bubble gum and the piece of bubble gum cost 48 cents. And you also wanted to buy a sucker and the sucker costs 31 cents. And you're going to go, when you go to the store, you're going to pay with $1. That's what you have to pay with, $1 bill, which we know is equal to 100 cents, okay? So if we know all of this, then we know we want to find out how much change you're going to get back after you buy your gum and your sucker. So to find that out, we have to put these two together to get a total. So we have to do some adding. 8 plus 1 is 9. 4 10s plus 3 10s is 7 10s. So we know we need to pay the store 79 cents. That's our total for the gum and the sucker. We were going to pay with with $1, which is the same as 100 cents. So what we want you to do is practice finding out how much change the cashier should give you back. In order to do that, we're using the add up strategy, which is exactly what you would use if you're just counting change back, right? You know that they paid you 79, so we're going to count up from 79 until we get to 100. And that amount that we count up to is going to be the difference that the cashier gives back to us. We're going to practice this in 2 ways. We can do it in a math mountain, okay? Math Mountains are a great way to show what we know. We know our total is 79 cents. That's how much we owe the store. So that's how much we spent. That's our total spent. Now that's different than our big guy total. Our big guy total is how much money we have all together. How much money do we have? We have 100 cents. So 100 cents is our big guy total, and we know he lives at the top of the mountain. So 100 goes at the top of our mountain. The total that we spent is 79 cents, and we want to find out how much we will have left. After we spend that, how much are they going to give us? We give them that dollar, how much are they going to give back to us? They have to keep 79 of our cents of our dollar. How much am I going to get back? Okay? So this is one way to show it, is in a Math Mountain. Another way to show it is to take the total that we're going to spend. I like to label it because then it helps us keep track of what the numbers are. Total spent, 79 cents. And we can use coins and count up with coins. Okay, so if I'm at 79, the next jump that I want to get to is 80. So I need to think about how many come between 79 and 80. Well, 79, 80. It's just one different. So I just need 1 penny, and now I'm at 80 cents. So I've had my 79 plus 1 penny gets me at 80. Now I want to keep going to get to 100. And I want to think about what would be the easiest way to get to 100 from 80. Well, what do I know about 80? 80 is made up of 8 tens and 0 ones. I know that there are 10 tens in 100. So if I have 8 tens now, if I add on some more tens, I'm going to get to 10 tens, which is my 100. 8 tens. Let's add another. Now I have 9 tens, so I'm at 90 cents. I know that 90 is 1 10 away from 100, so I add another 10. Now I have 10 tens, which is equal to 100 cents. So how much money did I have left? How much money are they going to give me back? They're going to give me back 10, 20, freeze, 21 cents back. Over here we could do a similar process. We could grab our 79 and count up to our total. Or we could grab our big guy total and count down. Okay? So I'm going to do the process of counting down because we've been practicing subtraction with regrouping. So if we had 100, take away 79, we'd have to decide about whether we need to regroup or not. I can't do this, so yes, I'm going to have to regroup. Can't do this, so yes, I'm going to have to regroup. I'm going to have to take my 100 and break it into tens. 100 can be broken into 10 tens. Okay? Now let's see if I can do the math. I still can't do this, so I'm going to have to take one of these tens and put it over here and leave all the other tens over here, which leaves me 9 tens. So 10 ones take away 9 ones leaves 1. 9 tens take away 7 tens leaves 2 tens. So that leaves me 21 cents. Now, I would argue that it is easier to do the count up method than it is to do this subtraction method. All that regrouping, figuring out tens, if I'm counting change for $1, I'm going to count up. And I learned this in my first job. I worked at a restaurant, a fast food restaurant, and I was not very good at math, and I did not really know how to count up change. And sometimes the computer, when I would type in what the money people gave me, it wouldn't add it right. So then I would give change back, and people would say, no, this isn't correct. And because I wasn't good at math, I had no way to solve it. So my boss taught me how to count change, how to count up. So whatever money they were supposed to give me, if whatever my total was, my total spent, I would keep that number in my head, and then when they gave me the money to pay for it, I would count up to make sure I gave them the change correctly, because sometimes the computer would make a mistake. If I counted it and it matched the number on the computer, that was the way I was checking to make sure the computer did not make a mistake, and I did that all the time while I was working. Okay, so this is a real life skill that we need to learn, how to count up from change to $1.